We have Coach Jackson from West Virginia Wesleyan. Having accomplished what the team did in 2011, being ranked in the top 15 and coming close to earning a spot in the playoffs, how does that motivate your team for this season?
Yeah, I think just the sheer fact that even with a great season, if you can get to the point where a 9-2 season is a disappointment, and your kids are going to be motivated by that, I think you're in a pretty good place. So I would say that being home in November is a great motivator for us, and hopefully it'll carry us far this year.
You had the best start in school history last year. Do you think you'll be able to best that this year, and how much pressure is that put on your team for this coming season?
Yeah, I think the goal of any coach is to be better than they were the year before, and so when you look at what we did last year, being that we had the best record, the best start in school history, this, that, and the third, it's not something that you dwell on. But I think if we can concentrate on being 1-0 every week, then hopefully around week 10, you're looking to be better than you were the year before. Pressure, I wouldn't say it's any pressure. 1 week at a time. That's why we got to approach this thing. We'll be fine.
You lost All-American quarterback Adam Neubauer, but on offense. But talk about his replacement, Nate Montana.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that Nate comes in and he's got great leadership capabilities and makes good decisions with the football. A lot of people want to say, right now that he's the heir apparent. But the bottom line is we'll make that decision in camp.
Having to replace 8 starters on offense, that'll be tough. However, you have a few transfers coming in at the skill positions. Talk about them and what you expect out of your offense. Yeah,
absolutely. Dante Boston is a transfer from University of Richmond. He's a young man that has experience. He's won a national championship, so we're expecting some big things out of him. Devin Simmons is a receiver, tight end type player from Alfred State, who he's just a physical specimen. Hopefully we can expect some things out of him. A guy like Chase Blackwell from Scottsdale Community College, and even a couple of returners sprinkled in there. We've got a transfer at the running back position from Delaware, and collectively, hopefully we can find the best 5 or 6 and roll with them and see what happens. But certainly we're expecting to still be able to produce on offense.
All right, moving on to the defensive side of the ball, you have numerous returners and a couple All-American candidates. What is the mindset you're going to try to instill in your defense this year?
Yeah, I think from a defensive standpoint, our mentality shouldn't change. We still want to be aggressive, and then we want to be aggressive and maybe not be so aggressive, show you being aggressive and not be so aggressive. So at the end of the day, we just want to put the kids in position to make plays. We don't want to do too much coaching around here. It's about playing. And so if we can keep those things in place, I think we'll be fine.
Talk a little about your special teams unit and what you expect from those guys.
Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing. The thing we cannot afford to do is to lose ground on special teams. We have to be better on special teams everywhere, from our kickoff coverage to our punt return, to our kickoff return, to our protection, to our fakes. We have to be sound and solid on special teams. Being that we graduated a ton of production on offense, I'm afraid that if we lose production on special teams, it's going to have an adverse effect that we don't want to see. So, special teams is a third of the game. When something needs to get cut out of practice, it will never be special teams. We're serious about special teams. We've got a punter from Denmark that we feel very, very good about. We got a slew of returners, and we got a ton of guys that should be able to help us on special teams this year. So we better be solid.
You had a few staff changes over the summer. What do the new coaches bring to the table, and how are you guys bonding as a team?
Yeah, I would say that Tommy Ziegler, who's our offensive coordinator, from Scottsdale Community College in Arizona. You meet Tommy. He's a fiery individual. He's very knowledgeable at the game. He's down to earth. He works extremely hard, and he's been tearing people up in the WSFL. And so, hopefully, if we've got better talent surrounding him, I think he's going to do a great job. I think he's going to do a great job here. Willie Parker, Coach Parker will be joining the staff this year, working with our H-backs and our tight ends. And Coach Parker had a great NFL career, but nothing was given to him. And you surround your program, with coaches that kids want to play for. I'm expecting some special things, hopefully. So I'm really excited to have these guys on board.
All right, give us some of your thoughts on West Virginia Conference for 2012.
Yeah, absolutely. I know this time of year everybody thinks they're good, and that's great. Although I can't sit here and tell you, what I think we're going to do, or I'm not into writing blank checks, but I know you better be ready to play in this league. And there's a lot of parity in the league. There's some great coaches in the league. There's some great players. And we just got to strap it up and go to work one week at a time, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach. Good luck this season.
Yes, sir.